Hi, everybody. My name is Lisa Elise, Inventress. My business is Inventing A to Z. At Inventing A to Z, I work with clients to take their products from concept to fruition, from a napkin idea all the way to the marketplace and everything in between, the right way. If you want to contact me, email me, lisa@inventingatoz.com. My website, inventingatoz.com. Hi, everybody. I'm Lisa Askley, the Inventress. Welcome to my podcast. Hi, everybody. I'm Lisa Askley. Welcome to the Inventress podcast. I'm here with my phenomenal daughter, Brittany Askley.
Can I get a ho?
Oh, you know what? And I have to tell you, well, not can I get a ho thing, but you look amazing.
Thank you.
You look absolutely spectacular. I think you're going all in, girl, because it is wedding season for you.
Yes.
It's just a few months away.
T-minus, I think, seven months.
And I can tell that you are all up in it. You're doing whatever it takes.
I'm doing my best. You know, I'm working out a lot. And I have to give a lot of credit to my Werther's Original candy.
Are you serious? I see that by your desk all the time.
Yeah, you hear them?
Are you doing the Werther's?
I'm doing the Werther's diet.
Is that okay?
Just one Werther's Originals a day. It keeps my
like
sweet tooth at bay.
Oh, very good. I think that they're gonna like endorse you. You're gonna be like their endorsement.
Yep.
They owe you something for giving that.
They should.
Out.
I brush my teeth 5 times a day though,
and they're very shiny, by the way.
Thanks.
Your teeth are very, very glowing and white and on point. Are you using baking soda?
No, just Pronamel.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
All right.
I just brush my teeth a lot.
They look good.
Yep. Thanks. So, and not only we'll go back to the Werther's Originals, butterscotch candies are huge. Well, they've been huge. Well, for the elderly. They're very big for the elderly. And we recently celebrated Phil's 60th birthday. And we had an amazing piñata. It was a cupcake-shaped piñata. And
it was a lazy piñata, wasn't it?
It was pretty lazy. Well, we made it a little fun because we stuffed it with butterscotch and
glasses. We had glasses. We had icy hot. We had
icy hot bear.
Tux, whatever Tux something that if your hiney's swollen or sore from.
Ew, that cream.
I don't know what's it called. What do you call it when you have hemorrhoids?
Cream?
Yeah. What's it called?
I don't know. Tux. Preparation H.
Oh,
Tux.
Yeah. What's Tux?
I don't know.
Tuck it in. I don't know. So Preparation H. Preparation H, we had that in it. How do we get so many things in? There was like 500 things.
It was hilarious. But
the hot almost killed him. It was a big jar.
It was.
Almost took him out.
Yeah.
And then I had to help him. He was like, that's it. He thought it was just getting like 2 things of candy.
No, there were several. Several
he even
butterscotch
had bandages in there.
Yeah. Well, you're getting
back bands.
Breathe right strips, earplugs.
Breathe right, earplugs. Exactly.
We should have threw in a Tuesdays with Maury book in there. That would have been perfect.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. How do you remember that?
It's in the house. Mitch album, right?
Very good, Brittany. Oh my God. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. So it was, that was good. That was good. So now we're talking about what authenticity, genuineness, and just being real.
Yeah. And nothing as real as the amazing taste as Werther's Originals.
And butterscotch.
That was the promo. Anyway, yeah. So social media is such a huge thing with being authentic. A lot of people are now famous from Instagram. They're models. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people are really masking that, because people that post on Instagram and Facebook, you don't know their lives. Of course, a few people will spill their guts saying, "Oh, I'm going through this," and for attention, which is fine. It's up to you if you want to do that. But people don't realize it's not what they think is on the inside.
Right. So not always what you see is what the person is giving you, because of course nobody wants to be a Debbie Downer.
Right.
And we talk about this with the Motivational Mondays that I do too. every Monday is not a motivational Monday for me, by the way. It's not always the happiest Monday ever. Sometimes it's just an okay Monday. In fact, I think I just posted something about Monday and how I was actually feeling, because the last thing I ever want to do is perpetrate. Perpetrate something that you're actually not, because there are people out there who really believe that that's what the other person's life is all about. And how is their life that superb? How are they living their best life? And I have so many crappy, unfortunate days. And I just want to say, we all have crappy and unfortunate days. And we just do. But the person on the other side is looking, because you don't know. I mean, they're not involved with other people. Maybe they're just seeing what's on their screen or on their phones. And I know today, millennials, or what do you call the younger ones? Or they
Gen X.
So back in my day, we were not online. We were not, I don't know what they're called, but we were not just online looking at other people's lives. We were literally ensconced in like after school programs. And I grew up in Brooklyn. So I was out of the house. I was playing handball on handball courts. But these kids today, what they look at, their lives are YouTube. It's social media.
It's Snapchat. It's TikTok. That's the biggest thing.
And it's not all real.
It's crazy.
It's not all real. And they take that and they bring it into their real lives and say, I mean, as I was saying before, they start relating this lifestyle to their own, because that's all they see. Mm-hmm. So my thing is just like getting back to what's real. Talk to people about what's real in your life. Like, I mean, I'm not saying give away all your business, because some people look up to you to inspire them. And some days are just not the most inspiring days. To be honest, it's just not always the most inspiring day. And I think that's going to help with bringing reality to the table in a more honest, genuine way. And I think that these young people need to see and hear from people they look up to and respect. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so what was your weekend? Was your weekend all happy-go-lucky? Was your weekend the best weekend ever? I mean,
personally, my weekend was work. Mm-hmm. I work all the time, but I enjoy it. So yeah, it was a good weekend. Mm-hmm. Would I have loved to just lay on the couch and binge watch Mad Men on Netflix? Sure. But I like what I do. If I do have a happy moment, I'll post it on Instagram, because I like sharing happy moments.
Mm-hmm. That's nice too.
I think social media is about, sharing happy moments. Mm-hmm. But if you're a public figure or something, obviously you want the positives, and I don't know. Do what you want to do with social media. I just don't make it your life, because
I agree with you.
People are going to assume you're this way when you're not, mm-hmm. and unless you want to perpetrate a fraud, or just be
I think
somebody.
Everybody has their ups and downs, and that's what's real. I don't think everybody walks around cheering every single day. That's just not realistic. And if you do, God bless you. God bless you. So talking about authenticity, what's our topic? What do we have a couple of things on tap here. So we wanted to talk about moving into, oh my gosh, do we talk about what's happening soon? Kevin Lane, what's coming up?
Yeah, of course we can talk about that. That's a big topic. And we're going to have Kevin Lane on with us in the show. Well, should we even announce it?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a big reveal. That's why I wasn't sure where we were going with this just now. But yeah, so Kevin Lane is actually going to be on our show this evening because he is a big winner of the Toady Awards. It's the Toy of the Year.
That's huge.
Giant. Do you know what that means?
He was up against Lego, all these other major toys. It's a huge, incredible thing. And I'm so proud. I know you're proud.
So proud of him.
He's a very, very hard worker. Mm-hmm. Great support system.
You know what? I have to tell you, I can see him soar from the day when we first met, which was at our conference. 2 years ago. He won the 2-minute elevator pitch at our AOE conference.
Yep.
The Association of Women Inventors and Entrepreneurs. He came out and he was like, I'm showing up and I'm showing out. And he did. And he pitched his product, his sandcastle, his snowcastle. And he won. He won my services for a lifetime. And after that, of course, a lot happened. Oh my gosh, he did so much for himself and worked really hard. But we pitched his product to QVC television, and he got on QVC 3 times, and kicked butt all 3 times. And so Kevin Lane, with all that he does, and I can't leave out his wife, Lori, who's just amazing. And the other thing I want to do is I want to name names. I want to name names on this program because it's important to name names in a good way. So prior to meeting me, Kevin met Kenya on a beach. Kenya works for iHeartRadio. They met on a beach, and because he had his sandcastle out and he was doing all of the, he was putting sandcastles together, and she went up to him and she said, what is this thing? And he said, it's a sandcastle I built. And she said to him, oh my gosh, you need to meet this person, Elizabeth Gerhardt, who has a show. Elizabeth Gerhardt then said, oh my gosh, Elizabeth and Richard Gerhardt, the attorney, said, oh my gosh, you have to meet Lisa. Lisa puts products on national television. And one thing led to another. And this is where naming names is a good thing, because it's about networking and connecting with people who you never know can elevate you to the next level. It's crazy. It's crazy. And that's what's happened over the last 1.5 to 2 years. It's been just an amazing roller coaster of incredible positive ups and downs, guys. Not all positive. Stuff happens in between. Everything's not always a yes. Sometimes they're a no, but you lift yourself up, you dust yourself off, and you keep on getting up. And that's what's happened in the life of Create a Castle. And we are bringing Create a Castle back to our show again today. And so super excited to introduce you to the Kevin Lane. Kevin, how the heck do you feel?
I feel like I've never felt before, other than my wedding day and the birth of my children. That's how I feel.
Gosh.
Wow.
That's exactly, it's that kind of feeling. Because let's face it, an invention is really like a child. It really is. It's your baby. And to see your baby kind of go to that next stage of his or her life is something that is just not everybody can relate to, but boy, if you have kids, you know exactly what I mean. And that's the feeling right now. It's literally, I'm on cloud 9 because of, we won.
You won. What? You won.
It's incredible.
We're freaking out. We're freaking out for you. We're so proud of you. We're so proud. All of us here, all of us, our family, Brittany, Sean, Phil, all of us we're your family, of course, and just watch you go through all of this, and your perseverance and your diligence and your unstoppable personality and kindness. And I can go on and on and on about you, because, and Lori and your family, the children, you're here because you are Kevin, by the grace of God, and you have had such an incredible, great idea, wonderful support system. And I think that means everything. Yes, you won. This toy is amazing. You birthed it. It's outstanding. And some people can't get here without the support of other people who love them and just stand by them. And that's what we see happening here too, Kevin. And anyway, I'm talking over. How are you, Kevin?
You know how I am, and you know how Lori is. And one day, very soon, we're going to post a video of when they actually announced the awards, and they announced Create a Castle. you'll see the video of me actually holding my head in disbelief and Lori shouting.
Wow.
So loud that you could barely even hear anything because Lori was just ecstatic and I was in disbelief. Because let's roll back to that night. It was just this past Friday. And so we were actually the last category to be called.
Mm-hmm.
And so let me put this into perspective, how big this is. The gentlemen, they had a Hall of Fame inductee night. And this is the 117th Toy Fair ever run.
117.
And 117, and those are my magic numbers. That could be a whole different podcast.
Yep.
But so the gentleman who spoke before me was the founder of a little company called Little Tykes. And, this is somebody who's been in this industry forever. They rolled out 3 very, very giant, successful toy businesses, all very, very hyper successful on their own. This guy's a legend, and that's why he's being, inducted into the Hall of Fame Toy Association. And so outdoor category comes up, and they go through all the names. Now, before all of this, so basically it was Lego and Mattel owned the night. Completely owned it. I mean, they won probably 90% of all the awards. So that was very telling for us. And we kind of, we're at the last leg of this whole thing. And we're like, you know what? We're going up against Razor. We're going up against these big companies like Jakks Pacific. We're kind of like, we know what's going to happen here. But you know what? We were still cool. We were like, we got the finalist badge. We're good with that. And they have a giant screen. And the gentleman on stage, who happens to also be from Connecticut and a store that we already sell in, rolled the whole thing. He called the card, and voila, Creative Castle, our logo showed on the screen. And there was a moment of my life that actually stood still, and I was just in utter disbelief. Everybody was in utter disbelief. We were sitting with a major company who was also a finalist, and they were in 2 categories, and they both lost to Lego both times.
Oh my gosh.
It was surreal, and they were even like shouting and hooting, and the funny inside story to all of this is, so we're going up, and we're so excited. Lori had handed my phone, or her phone, with all the notes for me because I had a speech ready. So she has somebody. She hands the phone to the person to record. And I get up there, I'm like, can you give me the phone, Laura? And she's like, I don't have the phone. It's down at the table.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my gosh.
Kind of put into a situation where it's like, wow, what am I going to say here? So
you know what to say.
I got up to the mic, and I made a little bit of comedy, and I said, thank you to Toady. I really, really appreciate this, and I want to apologize to the venue for leaving the trail of sand straight down the center aisle of this beautiful thing. So, and that just broke the ice.
That's great.
And,
my
gosh. It was incredible, Lisa.
And it's the best trail of sand they ever had. You better believe it, for sure. This is huge.
It's huge.
This is bigger than, it's you did it. You aced it, you believed in it, and it became a reality, and we're struck. We're proud of you. We're just, all of us here supporting you, just freaking out for you, Kevin.
Let me correct you, though, Lisa. Let me correct you on one thing. You said you did it. And this took a village. And what I mean by that is, so obviously my family, they did it with me, and everybody knew. I mean, without Lori, like, this thing wouldn't even exist. But
100%.
She's the boss and the whole thing. She's the brains behind the operation. But I don't let that, I don't let that secret out too often. But we know it. Is, with mentors like you behind us, rallying behind us, you're like a constant cheerleader, and others who we have in our lives. That is such an important part of having a core group of people who really, really believe in you and want to see you succeed and want to see you take your product to that next level.
Truly.
it's critical. It's actually, without meeting you and some other core people in our life, like, again, I'm not sure I could have taken it as far as I did. So,
well, by the grace of God. Well, and bravo to you. By the grace of God, you do have that. And he, God, you're a vessel, and, he puts people in your life in so many different ways. And I've been so blessed to meet so many of those people. It's just such a blessing to be a part of all of it with you, and just to keep on, cheering you on and rooting for you, because it's important that you have that, because there aren't always the best days. There's some sad days. There's some days that you don't think that you're going to get back up and rise to the occasion like you did this week. I mean, you rose to the occasion, and just a man among men. You deserve this in so many ways, Kevin. You and your family. Lori, come on. Just amazing. Yeah. Amazing.
Well, thank you.
And just
thank you.
So proud of you. So proud of you.
Thank you.
Wow, Kevin.
Yeah, and walking around Toy Fair really puts it into perspective, because, this is just, Toy Fair is I think, the second biggest event in the toy market.
Yes, it is.
In the whole world, other than, I think, Germany is the biggest. But, not even all of the toy manufacturers are at this event. And, literally, you can't even, look at everything in the time that they've run the whole thing. That's how,
absolutely not.
So many toys there are, and to think that an invention that I dreamed up just a couple of years ago is now the toy of the year across the whole world. I mean, this is it really started hitting me today when I was walking around a little bit, and I said, my God has really, truly graced us and blessed us, and he's given us a golden opportunity. It's almost like
you're an inspiration.
A chocolate factory. It's Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. I got that golden ticket.
It is. You do have that golden ticket, and to know that is really very, very important. And you're such an inspiration to so many people, because you're such a real person. You're such a real guy. And for people hearing this all over the world right now, can you believe that? All over the world are listening to this conversation and watching, watching the video, or will watch the video, and just see you as just a regular person who did this. You achieved because you believed, and you had the faith and, the determination. And I want to ask you, what did your mommy say?
Oh boy. So she was actually the first one I called, and I being the prankster that I am, I pulled a little prank on her. So I said, Mom, that the award ceremony happened, and I have to tell you, we've had an incredible run with this. And she was like, you know what? Doesn't matter, Kev. You're the finalist. It's all good. And I was like, well, you better sit down, because I'm going to tell you that we won. And she started screaming. I had to pull the phone away from her, because she started shouting, and she was, she's still obviously just completely overjoyed. This is something that sticks with our brand forever. I mean, we are 2020 Toy of the Year.
Yes, you are.
Hands down.
That's
outdoor
crazy.
Category.
Did you even sleep last night? Could you sleep?
Oh, no, we haven't slept much. We did sleep pretty good last night, but we'll have to post another outtake video of, we were interviewed by Toy Fair, and I was so tired at that point I had two simple words to say, and I couldn't even say those two words because I was so tired. I had to do 3 retakes. But
yes,
it's just been incredible. The Toy Fair, I mean, obviously with the award that we have now, is a much different ball of wax. The award, we're actually, we have it set up at our booth. It's important that people see it and realize our accomplishment, and it's really almost a magnet in a sense.
It is. And I know how far ahead you've seen yourself before, but I just have to ask. I mean, this brings you to a whole nother level of confidence, obviously, in your product. You've always been confident in your product, but you have a whole world now taking a look at your product. Like, where do you see yourself? Where do you see yourself moving forward?
I honestly, I think with all of that's happened and with what I see happening in the first 2 days of Toy Fair, I think that we're going to be a worldwide brand in the next year to 2 years. Hands down, no doubt about it, because we are talking to distributors from, we talked to a Korean gentleman today. We talked to Sri Lanka. We talked to a gentleman from the United Arab Emirates. We have talked to multiple people from Australia for obvious reasons. We unfortunately can't do Australia because we've already, ready for this is big. We've already committed. We have distribution now in New Zealand, Australia, and the Pacific Islands, including
My
Egypt.
gosh.
So, this is the kind of stuff that's really like starting to hit me, and it's incredible to have that feeling, but it's also, I got to keep my business hat on because
you do.
Distribution's a whole different ball of wax, and the cuts are much deeper, and it's less of a margin for you. But this is going to give you that. Again, you got to think global presence, and you got to think, how do I really build that brand to that next level? So it's not, if I'm making a few bucks on the product per kit, that's fine. But if I'm selling 10 million of them in 2 years, well, that $2 or $3 adds up very quickly.
So the word you're going to hear all the time is from this day forward. What's your lead time?
Yep.
What's your lead time? What is your lead time? Everybody's going to be asking, because everybody's going to be on the phone with you, right? You know that.
Yeah.
Between and emailing, what's your lead?
Yeah.
When can you ship?
That's the issue. And, right now, I'm going to be really, really brutally honest with you. We are not ready to scale that quick. So that's why I'm already on the phone with the manufacturer, coming up with plans and figuring out, okay, here's how many we can output each month right now. How can we double that? How can we triple that within a year or 2 years? So these are the things that, on the surface, it's the tip of the iceberg, or if you see something shiny and incredible, but you also, in the background, you gotta keep it real. You got to take a deep breath and say, okay, this is incredible, but what else do I have to do to keep this ball rolling?
Realistically. And that's why a lot of people, reach out to crowdfunding, Shark Tank, whatever. Because how do you keep up? How do you keep up with the demand?
Yep.
And what a wonderful place to be. Could you ever have imagined yourself being here, Kevin? Just a year and a half ago, 2 years ago.
It's funny you say that, because I was just saying to Lori, every single step is a different step. Meaning, when we were at QVC with you and we were unloading the sand and the snow, and I said, Lori, did you think we would actually be in the back gates of QVC unloading sand and snow for an invention we would come up with? She was like, of course not. This is just great. And, after the award ceremony, I was like, think about that, and now think about this.
Yes.
And it's a different step. Some are bigger than others, but none are smaller than others in my mind.
Very good. Very good. I like the way you put that. Yes.
You have to take each step for what it is. They're all equally important, and they all basically make the mass sum of a total step.
They do, Kevin. And well put.
It's important. It's important to keep that stuff in your head, because I'm still going to be doing local events. I'm not too big for anybody. I'm not too small for anybody. It is what it is. Keep your brand in front of different eyeballs. It doesn't matter, because people in my town, they still won't know who we are, because people don't follow the Toy Awards.
Yes.
That's a very distinct thing in our marketplace. You got to keep it moving. And if you don't keep it moving, you're going to dissolve.
Of course. And you know what? That goes for any of those stars that you see out there who, we're talking about the big shows. If they don't keep themselves in the forefront, they do go away. They go away too. They really do.
Yep.
And just love journal your journey, and I know how much you appreciate your journey, and every single day means something. It's so important. Like you said it so well and so eloquently. Nothing's too small. The whole thing is a part of where you're going, and I can't wait to see. Well, I'm appreciating today, but I can't wait to see where you are tomorrow.
Definitely. Definitely. And that's important to keep all of that in check.
Mm-hmm. Well, Kevin, this has been such a magnificent pleasure. Just keep on doing what you're doing.
Yes. And before we go, Kevin, we need to do our product pick of the week.
Yes.
And obviously, Create a Castle is going to be the pick. So I want you to do your best 30-second advertisement on Create a Castle whenever you're ready for our product pick of the week. Ready?
Oh, wow. Wow, I wasn't expecting. Hold on. I got to think about this. All right. Ready, set,
and
go.
Go.
All right. Create a Castle is a brand new and innovative way to build sand and snow castles with your family like never before. Our molds no longer lift. You split them. You stack them. You can do anything. The world's most open-ended product. Check us out at createacastle.com. Change the way that you build sand or snow castles like never before.
Perfect.
Absolutely spectacular. So proud of you, Kevin. Mm-hmm.
Hey, just so you know, Lori got that last part, and she whispered over to me. Change the way.
That's right.
Well, also, I don't remember doing this with you guys, but I'll do it again just in case. The questions I say at the end of the podcast, the random questions. Are you ready?
Oh boy, I'm ready. Shoot.
Okay. Who would play you in a movie?
Claude Van Damme.
Wow. Accent and all. Mm-hmm. Okay. What would the name of your movie be?
Sandman.
Jeez, you're quick. Okay. If you were stranded on a deserted island and you can only take one person with you, it cannot be a significant other and it cannot be a family member, who would it be?
Who do you think? I'm talking to her. Lisa Askelise.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's so super awesome. Thank you.
She'd constantly be like kicking me in the butt every day.
Yeah, right.
All the time.
Keep it
with
in order.
2 feet. 2 feet in your butt. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, Kevin. You guys are outstanding. We could not be prouder of you. Can't wait to give you guys the biggest hug ever.
We look forward to that day.
Yes, guys. Please just do your thing, and we can't wait to see you soon. Thanks for being on our show, as always.
Thank you for having us. We
All
really,
right.
really appreciate it, Lisa.
Have a blessed night. Take care.
You too. Bye-bye, Britt.
Love you guys. Bye-bye.
Kevin Lane always amazes me.
What can I tell you, right?
He works so hard. I wish I had his work ethic. I really...
He's got the best work ethic. He's hard-working... You said it right, Brittany. He's driven. He's determined. He doesn't stop. He has a force to be reckoned with. He's got a team of people who just love him and support him. And I think most of it is not only does he have a phenomenal product, he has a personality that people just want to be around because he's up. He's motivating. He's a guy who he believes it when he puts it out there. He believes in what he's saying and he achieves it. He achieves it. So thank you, Kevin Lane.
Looking forward to seeing him at the AOE conference Sunday, April 19th.
That's correct.
At the Doubletree Hotel in Princeton, New Jersey. Don't miss out. Get your tickets at the Inventress. Is it the Inventress?
Well, no. So they can go to AOE's. They can go to the website. They can go to AOWIE.com to register. AOWIE.com to register. They can get a vendor table. Everything's on that site, which I love. If you want to get a vendor table to become a vendor, you can click on the table, become a vendor. You want to register to buy tickets, click on tickets and get yourself a couple of tickets. 2-minute elevator pitch. Of course, Kevin will be judging the 2-minute elevator pitch. Register to become a pitch person. Bring your best self, bring your best product, and
make sure it's patented.
And or protected. They can have some protection. We can talk about that. They can email me, of course. They can ask some questions. They can go to info@aowie.com to ask questions, anything they have relating to the conference, patents, any other information they can call. We're reachable. We actually answer our phones, by the way.
Always. And if we don't pick up, we'll call you right back.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget also to follow Lisa Ask Elise the Inventress on Facebook, Lisa Ask Elise on YouTube, Twitter, the Inventress on Instagram. Please send us an email if you want to be a part of our podcast. It's theinventresspodcast@gmail.com. You can listen to us on Spotify, Google Play, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, wherever you're listening to your podcast right now. And everyone, just love each other, stay positive, and while you're being positive, rate, review, and subscribe to the Inventress Podcast.
Good segue.
I turned it around.
I like that. In the meantime, what we do is just we keep on lifting each other up 2 hands at a time. And sometimes you got to use your foot. Until next time, peace.